What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Among the Fence. My name is Aaron, and today we're checking out the new EP Without Reason by the band Texas in July. The Pennsylvania metalcore band is back after an 8-year breakup. They had a really good run from 2007 to 2015, releasing some of the best metalcore music for the early 2010s. Their debut album, I Am, being my personal favorite due to mostly it's just my first experience with them. However, all their albums are fantastic, and JT Cavey is my favorite vocalist, but he didn't show up until their last album, Bloodwork. And then just 10 months after they released Bloodwork in 2015, they announced that they were going to be breaking up after a European tour. JT then joined Era as their main distorted, sometimes clean vocalist now, and their guitarist Chris Davis started playing for The Ghost Inside, making it seem like any hope for Texas in July to ever get back together again was completely gone. But then a miracle happened. On December 29th, 2021, Texas in July took the stage and reunited, announcing that they were going to be releasing a new EP after dropping 2 singles, I believe. And this might just be like a side/passion project for these guys, as 2 of the members are currently like full-time in another band. I don't really have a whole lot of hope for this band to get back together completely and do like a world tour or anything like that. But as fans, we'll take what we can get. False Divinity is a beautiful intro for this EP. The opening vocals will give you chills, and the riff and the verse is dynamic. The drums stood out to me the most musically on this, especially in the chorus. It's just full of all these open spaces. The breakdown is heavy as heck, leading into an equally as brutal outro. Then we have probably my favorite song on this EP. It's really hard to pick, but Razor's Edge stood out to me so much as one of my favorite riffs. It reminds me a little bit of Era, just with a little bit more of a bite to it, a little bit more attitude. The chorus is euphoric, which makes for a good contrast between it and the verses. And the bridge is really intimate thanks to the clean guitar and the fat, thick bass line that just kind of pops up out of nowhere. The passion slowly builds up in the bridge, with the lead guitar just adding a lot of depth and a lot of kind of a little bit of mystery to it, just hanging out in the background as it slowly kind of builds its way to the front of the mix as well. Razor's Edge and Put to Death are tied for my favorite songs on this album. Put to Death has more of like a death metal vibe to it thanks to the blast beats and snarled vocals in the chorus, and the drums just continue their onslaught as they go into verse 2, and it is so freaking good. Probably the best moment on this EP. The breakdown is made heavy by giving it some breaks, and the post-chorus repeats the chorus, but this time without the snarl vocals. It has lower, like, growly vocals instead, which gives it an entire different emotion. And the outro on this song is an absolute masterpiece as well. Then we have Digital Hellscape, which has some of my favorite lyrics on the EP, along with the addicting riff in the last part of the verse. The chorus isn't really the best thing I've ever heard, admittedly. Borderline chanty vocals, which it's not bad. I still enjoyed it quite a bit. They do work really well in the breakdown though, and the riff and the drums and the outro will put a smile on your face. And that brings us to the closing track, Goodbye, which has a beautiful guitar piece in the intro. It creates a nice atmosphere thanks to its post-metal influences. Things become a little bit more intense as the vocals and the drums come in, and honestly, it feels like they're saying goodbye to us, which makes this very emotional. Because of that, I feel like this is a very powerful closer, and it'll just hit fans right in the feels. It's almost like they didn't give a proper goodbye when they left in 2015, so they came back, decided to create this other piece of music for us to actually have a final farewell for us. Or I don't know, I could be looking into it just a little bit too much, but also the EP name, Without Reason, it feels like it all fits together. There's a lot of foreshadowing, a lot of hidden messages within this thing, and I feel like that might be what it is. I don't know if we're going to get any other music after that. Again, it feels like this is their final hurrah. This EP is pretty much perfect. JT's vocals are on point. The riffs are phenomenal. They make you want to pick up your guitar and play along with them, or they make you want to start throwing your fists around. The breakdowns are super heavy, but they're not like generic. It sounds like this band is no longer like stuck. It doesn't sound like they're stuck in the past. It feels like they came back, and it feels like they've all been making music the entire time, which I mean, I guess, the guitar player and the vocalist have. The drums are a little bit more in front of the mix, which I loved because they're just out there shining like a beautiful star. The lyrics are very creative and poetic, which again, it reminds me a lot of Era with their metaphors that they use. And I can't really think of a single thing wrong with this EP. There's nothing I would change in it. Everything in it is just so beautiful from start to finish. My only problem with this is I hope it's not the last piece of music we get, and also because it's not long enough. I want like an hour long album of this, and I hope that we get it. But again, like my speculations, I feel like this is like their final goodbye to us, or maybe, again, like I said, maybe I'm just reading into it too much. So with all that said, I gotta give Without Reason by Texas in July a 5 out of 5. But I want to know what you guys think. I know almost everybody that's a fan of this band, or even metalcore in general, has been looking forward to this EP so much. So leave a comment below letting me know what you thought, what you would rate it, what your favorite song is, if you can even pick one. And also, while you're down there, don't forget to let me know what you want me to review next. If you enjoyed this video, you want to see more, you want YouTube to keep recommending you, don't forget to give this video a like. It helps out so much with YouTube's algorithm, with showing me to you again, and also getting my videos around to other people as well. And if you want to help support me and my channel, don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell icon. Doing all that stuff just helps me out so much. It's so easy for you to do, but it does a lot for me, and I appreciate it more than you guys could ever imagine. I appreciate you more than you could ever imagine. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to just listen to me sit here and talk about music. And I hope you have a good rest of your day or night, whenever you happen to be watching this. And I'll talk to you guys next time.
I was trying